Started with 10 of Mike's pens of his collection. We'll cover these 10. He'll tell you a little bit more about each one of them, where he found them, and the story behind them. So grab one and
All right.
start with that guy.
Start with a Bean Brothers Spartan. This was a pen made up in Detroit. They made pretty plastic coated pens. They have this version with the thick stripe and the thin stripe. They also made a version with double stripe. But this one I actually got from a pen collector that was selling off a bunch of his pens. So I bought this from him.
What year was that made, probably?
Gosh, it's had to be the 60s because it's
Okay.
got that decal bird, but I'm pretty sure this was about the 60s. This is permit number 21. So
21.
AMF's tournaments were 42, so this was ahead of theirs.
Okay. The next one is very interesting.
So this is the AM Flight 2 with a crown on it. The story on this is there's a proprietor that asked the sales rep for AMF, hey, I want to buy some AM Flights, but I want the crown on them. So
The crown looks a little shorter than
yeah, the crown is a little stubbier than usual on a Brunswick pen. So the story goes, they did it, obviously, here's the pen. Supposedly the sales rep from Brunswick came in the center and noticed, why do those AM Flights have crowns on them? So the story is they had to take the pins out, replace them, because this is the trademark of Brunswick. And supposedly these were all destroyed, but as you can tell,
Not all.
not all.
Okay.
So that's kind of a rare one.
So I should put the microphone there.
And then we mentioned a little bit earlier, the Adirondack Super Chief. This was their first plastic coated pen. Same company that makes the baseball bats out of Douglaville, New York, kind of up near the Adirondack Mountains. They had these slash stripes on them. They do have a version that just has 2 red rings, so it matches other stuff. But
About what year do you think that
this
one?
was late 50s, I'd say 58, 59.
Oh, wow. That
yeah.
old.
Yeah, this
What
is
permit?
their first plastic coated pen.
What permit number is that?
This is permit 47. So this came permitted after the AMF tournament, but yeah. So I talked about the meatball logo AMF. This is permit 42. This is the one that we got from Salt Lake City. My dad was kind enough
Got
to.
one similar up
Right.
on the shelf like that. Now
That's a Kim Weld, which was a different process.
There's one there to the left of it.
Yeah, that's Kim Weld also.
Is
So
it?
yeah, they're both
Okay.
the same, but they're permit 42 also. This pen's kind of a weird one. It's a test pen. If you didn't catch this earlier, it's a wheel. That's a tire actually with a rim in it.
Does it
and
say something on it?
it just says controlled weight,
Oh, okay.
permit, and doesn't have a permit number. It says plastic coated, but it doesn't. I don't know that this pen ever got a permit number or not, but you can see it says authorized test pen.
But it never went into production that you know
That
of?
I know of, no. But
Where did you get that one?
pen collector buddy of mine came across them somewhere. I don't
Really?
remember where he had them, but I know there was a guy in Connecticut that I know that had a set of these. So I don't know where this came from. But anyway,
Okay.
going back to the Adirondack,
I
you got
like
the
that one with the label on it.
yeah. This is the Chief. This is a pretty plastic coated. This, as you can see, it doesn't have the ABC bird on the back. This was it says ABC approved. McLaughlin Millard Incorporated. That's actually the company that made this.
What year do you think that might be?
This
from?
was probably 40s, 50s.
Oh, wow.
This one's, this is before the plastic coated.
I mean, it looks so.
Yeah.
You figure they would have done a better job making the stripes on there, but.
Well, yeah, they just kind of
I
spray
guess it's
painted
kinda
them
hard,
on there. Yeah, you can tell that's just kind of how it happened. I'm going to grab both of these because, oops, that would have been bad. So, on the right my right is a Roto Grip pen, as in the bowling balls. This pen was made by Vulcan, just has a different label on it. Vulcan made a lot of people's pens, just put different labels on it. And this is like Roto Grip, like the bowling ball. And
Is
then
that
of course,
a newer pen?
yeah, it's newer. It's got this on the back, the USB or not the USB, the WIBC ABC approval. This pen was more, I think, used in Japan, although I think there were some here in the States. Do Magic. I got this from a pen recoder in Claremont, Iowa. It's a Vulcan-made pen. I think again it was more in the Japanese market than it was over here, and it's got the, you know, bow tie logo on it. It was permit 35, I think it's 356 or 358, but
So it's fairly new, but
it's fairly new, yeah, but it's a rare one. Jeremy Blaschko up in Minnesota has, I think, the same pin and a different version of this. But yeah, and Claremont Pin Company, he would set aside pins for us, the weird ones, and
the
then
next one really is cool looking
So-
to me.
this is a Amflight, and as you know, we got the Amflight 2 these days. I saw this on eBay, and I noticed it just said Amflight, and I was like, okay, I'm getting it. And it was
Yeah.
buy it now for like 15 bucks. So
Oh my gosh.
whatever. But it was easy. It was nice, and
Are
it's
you-
got the same permit number 302 as the Amflight registered. But unlike the Amflight registered, this one has a base. There's another version of the Amflight that says it says Amflight up here, where it says AMF. It says Amflight, but doesn't have a 2.
And I had one that
And
I got
you-
at Circle Bowl.
Circle Bowl, we got that one.
Yeah, the one,
Yeah.
only one I've ever seen of that.
Yeah, and so that's that one. Then there's the Amflight registered, which these pins Don Carter East used because Robert, I remember when he found these in the, was it the dumpster?
Yeah,
I guess
the
they were throwing
dumpster,
away.
yeah.
Well, anyway, again, this is permit 302, like the Amflight we just looked at, but this is, you know, brand new, and the Amflight registers had the base like that. This pin came from Japan. I bought it on Joust.
Wow.
So it's traveled quite some distance.
They went from here to Japan and back. huh?
Yeah. And I remember at Don Carter when they used these pins, a lot of times they would use them, you know, oh, hey, this pin's still good, we'll throw it in the machine.
I think I remember that, and you can just tell
Yeah.
the triangle was
The triangles were
so much
really,
obviously lower.
the triangles were lower and they were bigger. They were almost, they're kind of almost look like a big smiley face. They kind of look
I've got
dopey.
one on the shelf right over his head,
If you
similar
look-
to that.
If you look, yeah, but see, if you look at them, the triangles are different. And that was the thing about the registers. The stripes were always different. They're painted on, and they were always kind of interesting how they turned out. I've got 2 black company pins.
Do I have that up there on the shelf?
You've got the BC
Oh, yeah.
tournament pin, which is similar label but a different company. The black company was out of Trenton, New Jersey. This one is permit 35, and it was just called the black. I think they made an older wood pin that was called the, was it the Electra? I don't know.
What's
Some other
on the-
people might know.
What's on the back?
On the back, you got the eagle,
Okay.
like that. Thick stripe, thin stripe.
Where did you get that one?
This I got on eBay.
Okay.
So, you know, eBay's been a, you know,
yeah.
source of
you're
finding
in.
stuff.
How old do you think that one is, maybe?
Oh, it's probably late
60s.
50s, early 60s, because it's
Oh,
got
wow.
the thinner neck.
Okay.
But this other black I have is the Electro Bond, and this is permit number 77. So this is a newer version. The label's solid red instead of the decal, and it's got a red bird on the
wow.
back.
Never seen that except in a
It needs
Voltex.
it needs a good cleaning. But this one says Trenton, New Jersey, Philadelphia, PA on it. But this was called the Electro Bond. So it's this pin wasn't used much. It's just dirty, and I need to find some pin cleaner to see if I can get some of that stuff off.
Well, that was pretty good.
Yeah, see, I don't think this was just Trenton, New Jersey on this one.
All right. Well, thanks for watching this video. We'll post some more.